So whatever we had discussed, let's implement the concept of variable now in the editor. So as I said, in Python, the assignment of the value is being done based on the value, not individually it assigned all the variables in the memory. So if I say, if I'm going to start a particular variable, let's say student underscore name, this is the variable that I want to declare. I would like to assign the value Vishal into student underscore name. Now the meaning of this is what, that I am trying to assign this particular string into student underscore name. So one more question, that which kind of value, which kind of data that we can assign into a variable. So in Python, as I said, there are no concept of data type when you are going to define a particular variable or when you are going to assign some value to a variable. So at that time, you can assign any kind of value. That value can be Boolean value, that value can be string, that value can be number, that value can be an object. So in Python, the concept says that you can assign any kind of value to your variable. So I am going to assign a new value to the student number, let's say 123. So now I have assigned 123 to value to the student underscore number variable. Now let's check that what we have discussed is, if there is another variable, let's say student underscore another underscore number, it has a different value which is 456. Now as we had discussed, as of now student underscore number and student underscore another underscore number both will reference to the different memory addresses. Now how to check it, how to validate it? In Python there is inbuilt function id. This id function basically provides the memory address of a particular value. If I pass variable as an argument, so at that time it will give us the address where this particular variable is referencing. So id in bracket student underscore number, if I try to print it, it will give me the memory address at which student underscore number is pointing. So let me run this program, and we got some number which is 13765179968, which is nothing but a memory address at this 123 value of student underscore number has been stored. If I check the memory address of student underscore another underscore number, so at that time the value is something different, because this both student underscore number and student underscore another underscore number, these two variables are referencing to the different memory location. Now let's discuss the same portion with minor modification. If I write student underscore number is equal to 456 and then I'm trying to print the value of the address, memory address. Let me run the program. So initially it was 13765179968, which means what? It is the memory address where 123 has been stored. Now further, student underscore another underscore number is equal to 456 and the address of student underscore another underscore number is 26338272. I have reassigned the value to the student underscore number, but this time the value is 456, which is same as student underscore another underscore number. So you can see that the memory address at student underscore number and student underscore another underscore number are pointing is same, which means what? No separate memory will be allocated. This is the feature of Python, that this is how the optimum memory is being managed by Python. One more thing that I want to tell you over here is that how to define a variable. There are certain rules that you have to follow. Certain rules that Python supports and certain rules that falls into the category of ideal programming practice. Whenever you type any particular variable, keep in mind that variable name should be descriptive and meaningful. For an example, if I would like to store the college name, so I'm going to write this college underscore name is equal to, for an example, XYZ. I have found that many of the students write this particular variable name like A or B or XYZ or something else. By writing that, I'm not saying that you are doing wrong thing, that the variable or the value will not be stored. If I write A is equal to XYZ, that variable will definitely store the value XYZ and your program will work definitely fine. But whenever you are going to define a variable, you need to keep this thing in your mind. Your variable name should be descriptive and meaningful. You should write your code should be clean enough to understand by the other programmer as well. So there are certain rules that we have to follow, and if I tell you the rules are that a variable name must start with a letter or the underscore character. Second one is a variable name cannot contain white space. A variable name cannot contain underscore character or no other special character. Sorry, I meant that a variable name can only contain underscore. That cannot contain any other special character. So let's practice it. If I start a variable with underscore, it is absolutely fine. If I write under a double underscore name or single underscore name, it is absolutely fine, because the rule says that you can start the name of the variable by using either alphabet or underscore. But if I start the name by using this digit, which means what? It gives an error that you cannot start the name of the variable by digit. Or if I try to create a variable name with space, the space, let's say first space name that I would like to create. So at that time, again, if I run this program, it will generate an error because your variable cannot contain white spaces. I personally recommend snack case whenever I have more than one word in the name of the variable. I use underscore when I have more than one variable, so I can write first underscore name, and it would be very feasible to write such name. It is meaningful and it is descriptive. So that's it, I guess, about the Python variable. And as usual, I'm going to provide you a kind of quiz. But here there is one suggestion. Do not try to look for the solution. Just try to analyze the problem statement or the question by your own. And if you understood that, try to answer it and then try to figure it out whether it is correct or not. You can also do one thing. You can mention your answer in the comment. So the first question is, in a Python, variable must be declared before it is assigned a value, true or false. The second question is, in Python, a variable may be assigned a value of one type and then later assigned a value of a different type, true or false. The third one is, the following execution of the statement, Python has created how many objects and how many references? The two statements are Vishal is equal to 5 and Bharut is equal to Vishal. The next question says, which of the following are valid Python variable names? One Vishal, comma Vishal dot Bharut, another variable is Vishal underscore Bharut, Vishal Bharut underscore Vishal, Vishal space Bharut. These all are the options that you have. You need to figure it out which are the valid Python variable names. And the last one is, you are reading a Python code and the statements appear scattered in different locations throughout the code. Name is equal to Vishal Bharut, name is equal to Python, name is equal to coding. This statement refers to the same variable, true or false. I really want you to perform this practical, implement the concept, and then try to give an answer. If you really feel that this particular point of this topic has not been covered, or I did not understand the particular thing, you are free to write your question in the comment. I'll definitely try to answer, to cover that particular topic in my next video. Thank you for watching this video. Enjoy the coding.